Hi friends, welcome back to Cottage Kim Cooks. Welcome to my kitchen. I'm so happy to have you with me today, and I am Kim. So if you are new here, I'm really pleased to have you with me. Today we're going to make a super simple recipe out of the book Crock Pot, the original slow cooker Bible. And if you are local to the Dayton area, this will be the first week where I am opening up my storefront in a place called 28 Marketplace. And 28 Marketplace is a hub for small businesses, makers and creators and different things. And I'm actually selling my 800 plus cookbook collection, plus a collection of different kitchen items like vintage rolling pins and vintage wood bowls, coffee mugs, different kinds of items that you might be interested in. And I apologize for the mowing that is happening in the background. I hope that that is not affecting the sound. Actually, I'm going to shut the window. And that will make it a little better, right? So anyway, my goal is with my shop, Cottage Kim Cooks at 28 Marketplace in West Milton. It's right on Miami Street, which is Route 48. It's in the old Pearson House, which was the old original hotel in West Milton. But my goal is to feature one of my weekly recipes in one of the cookbooks that I'm selling, and that week that will be the cookbook that's displayed. This is actually a copy of that cookbook. It's very tattered. You can tell that I have a lot of recipes in it that I've enjoyed. So this is my book that I will keep, but I do have another copy of the cookbook that I will have for sale in that booth this week. And each week you'll be able to scan a QR code to get to my video. And it will be in this week's episode, it's Asian barbecued skewers that we're making in the slow cooker. I am not going to use skewers because my skewers are for the grill and they're very long, longer than my slow cooker. And I don't feel like trying to cut those and make those smaller. So we're just going to make this into a Asian chicken tenders type of thing. So we're going to start by cutting up our chicken. And it calls for chicken thighs, but if you followed me for any length of time, you know that I don't like chicken thighs. I prefer chicken breasts. So we're going to cut up these chicken breasts and cut them into smaller pieces. I'm going to remove all of the fatty bits. And I'm going to leave one of these because we're going to have kids over tonight, and I am not sure that they would like the Asian chicken skewers. I'm not sure how adventurous they are in their diet, although I do know that one of them likes bean sprouts, so I'd say that's pretty adventurous, but especially for a 6-year-old. But I'm gonna just make them the chicken by itself, and they can dip in ketchup or in barbecue sauce. But I am gonna cut it into smaller pieces because I want that marinade or that the sauce that we're creating, I want to get that all over the chicken. So I'm gonna cut it into what I would say are tenders. And we're gonna add that directly into our slow cooker. We just moved into this new lake house, and everything has dust on it from the move. So I just want to make sure that I rinse that out so that there's none of that in our food. And I'm going to add these chicken pieces to the slow cooker. one more, and then like I said, we'll save that one piece, and I'll turn that into tenders for the kids. They're 6 and 8, so they're not big eaters. Okay, so I've washed my hands, got that cut up, got the kids cut up as well, and we're going to go ahead and get started adding our sauce ingredients. And we're going to add 1/2 cup of soy sauce, and then we're going to add, I ordered a different type of garlic, but they sent me over this diced garlic, so we're just going to use that. And it says 3 cloves of garlic, so I think that's probably about enough. And then 2 tablespoons of sesame oil. 1, 2, and 1/3 of a cup of packed brown sugar. So just a little bit more. We'll give that a mix. And then it also calls for 1/2 cup of thinly sliced scallions and a tablespoon of toasted sesame seeds, both of which we'll add at the end. So now we're just going to pour this over our meat. Make sure it's good and covered. And it says to cook for 2 hours on low, and then to turn your chicken and cook for another hour on low. So I'm going to put this on low. Remember, we don't clip our lid on. That's just for travel safety. But we will let this cook for 2 hours. Then we'll come back, flip it, and then we will top it with some scallions, which I have, I believe, and some toasted sesame seeds, and then we'll give it a taste. Okay, friends, it has been 2 hours and the temperature has reached 165, which is the temperature you want it to be for chicken breast. So I went ahead and just put it on low, and we're going to give it a taste. I just flipped those over again because I flipped them once, but they could use flipped again. So it's tender. It's very good. Absolutely very good. And what I will do is, I don't have any cornstarch, so I can't make that sauce into you make a cornstarch slurry to thicken the sauce. So I think I'll actually, I don't know what I'll do. I'll figure out a way, because I want to have that sauce on my meat. Very, very yummy. So these skewers have 300 calories, 5 grams of fat, 15 grams of carbs, and 25 grams of protein. So if you wanted to, you could eat rice. And I get these little rice, pre-cooked rice that you just put in the microwave for 90 seconds, I think. I'm looking at the carbohydrate count. I can barely read it. All right, so if you ate half of one of these, that would be 35 grams of carbs. And if we had 15 grams of carbs in our skewers, that would be 50 grams of carbs. Let's see how many grams of fiber are in this. There are 3 grams of fiber, so that would bring us up to, or down to 47 grams of carbs. So that's just a little bit over the 45 grams that we like to stay at in a meal. But I think that's still workable, and it's worth it to just eat half of that rice and have with this. And I'm gonna have some cucumbers and onions with it, and it's gonna be absolutely delicious. If you liked today's video, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel, Cottage Kim Cooks. You can see videos every Tuesday and Wednesday at 5 p.m. Eastern. No, every Tuesday and Friday, 5 p.m. Eastern, that are diabetic-friendly recipes. And like I said, this week's video is going to come out on Tuesday, but it's going to have this cookbook for sale at 28 Marketplace in West Milton on Miami Street, which is Route 48. And you will be able to purchase it and see what other good picks that I have from this. You can also follow me on Facebook and Instagram and TikTok. I really enjoyed our time together today, friends. I hope you did as well, and I look forward to cooking with you again soon. Take care.